Hello, friends, and welcome to Pathologic Volume 4, Episode 17. If I am doing my arithmetic correctly, this is our 100th episode, which kind of boggles the mind. It doesn't feel like I've been doing it for that long. But that means there are over 100 puzzles in the channel for you to solve if you haven't done so yet. So please dive into that archive and solve to your heart's content. And leave me comments and likes and whatnot, if you would. That would be wonderful. But all that aside, we have a puzzle to solve today. And it is a Pipelink, which is not like a Slitherlink, despite the similar name. But it looks like a fun one. It is a loopy-crossy one. It's a little bit like a ring that we've done in the past. So let's jump in and take a look at the rules. In a Pipelink puzzle, we will draw a loop through the centers of all cells. On its face, that sounds like what we would expect from something like simple loop, except for the next rule. Two perpendicular line segments may intersect each other, but may not turn at their intersection or otherwise overlap. So in the solution, you can see that this is a loop that touches every corner of the grid, but it does have some intersections, and this is considered this line coming across here and this coming across here rather than turning at the intersection. A clue shows how the loop crosses through the cell it's in. We are given some cells, and what this is telling us is exactly what that cell looks like in the finished puzzle. So we can't take this vertical line and cross it horizontally. We can't change what that cell contains. We could also potentially have givens that are L shapes, and likewise could not extend those into a plus. That is completely defining what that cell looks like. Those are all of the rules of Pipelink, so it's time to solve a puzzle. Today's Pipelink puzzle was set by Jovial. We have a bunch of givens here, and let's see, our interface allows us to make some auxiliary marks, which could be useful, but I'm going to try not to go overboard with that where things are obvious already. Let's consider at first the corners of the grid. We know that we can just draw those in. We just have to be a little careful in this genre of distinguishing between when we have completed what a cell is or we have just drawn part of what goes on in a cell, especially when we draw a straight line. But I can see that this plus now is going to extend up to our little brown line here. And now this cell is complete because there is a wall on this side. So this can't become a plus just like that. So we now have another corner right here and right here. This comes up like so. Now here's a good example. This cell is complete because there is a wall here and it can't grow any further. This one, however, could and will grow further because otherwise we have a little loop here that's not connected to anything. We can't make this any bigger because this cell is completely given, but this can turn in to a plus shape like so. And now we have a bit of a cloverleaf pattern happening here. This has to come down here. This could make another plus, except we have a given here that makes effectively a wall on this side. So this is complete. And this is going to come south. And we've got another corner right here. And we have actually a corner right here formed by the givens. Another given that makes this effectively a wall. This is going to keep on going. This will go through this tunnel between these two clues. Again, this could be potentially an intersection. We don't know if that's an intersection or a turn. These two clues actually are close enough that they link up, but again, could be an intersection, except that this given will stop it from being an intersection. So it does go straight through there. This comes through here. This does come over. And this comes down here. This comes over here. This comes up here, which means this must be a plus. We can't have a three-way intersection. So this actually comes over here and makes a cross right there. These two come into this cell, as does this one. So it's got to be another cross there. This is these are form kind of virtual walls here. So this is a corner. Comes down. This comes over. We've got another corner here. This is coming down. This could be an intersection, except this, it makes it a wall. So now this is not an intersection. These come in here from 3 sides, so therefore 4 sides. This is a tunnel. These two both come into this cell, and this forms a wall on this side. So that means this comes through here at the bottom. We again have 3 edges coming into a single cell. So that means it must be an intersection. This comes in here. This comes up here. Because we can't go any further this direction, we also can't go any further this direction. So this does turn left. We should extend from this plus. We can't go any further this way, so therefore we can't this way. Same deal here. So this is all as loopy as it gets. We've got some other corners now that we can start. We can't enter either of these 2 sides, so this becomes a tunnel. This becomes a tunnel. Here again, we've got 3 edges entering a single cell, so therefore we must have 4. This comes down to meet that. This can't go over here because then it would hit a wall, so it keeps coming down here. This comes over, this comes over, this comes up. Now we've got 3 out of the 4 we need, so we must complete the cross. And we have to do it again with this one and come down here. This has to come through this little tunnel. We've got 3 edges entering this cell, so we must have 4. And this comes up through this tunnel, must turn. And that is how you solve a pipe link.